Alright, Shalom Yasha Allah, back with another GMS on the go. I'm Brother Nakam. I'm with the Raleigh, North Carolina camp. Before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakar, Quadash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from teaching us this truth according to the Bible, and a double shalom to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best of your ability. And I'm going to get into a lesson on how you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans should be in a state of mourning right now because of all the wicked, filthy acts that's going on here in America. I'm going to say that again. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, you should be in a state of mourning right now because of all the wicked, filthy acts that's going on here in America. So without further ado, grab my first precept. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1, and it reads, "To everything there is a season." Right, to everything there is a season. Just like you got summer, winter, spring, fall, those are your seasons. So I'm going to start it from the top again. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. "To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven." Right, so everything that goes on under the heaven happens for a reason through the spirit and power of Yahweh Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, who's so-called black man. You see, there's a season and there's a time to every purpose under the heaven for everything to take place in its perspective order. I'm going to jump down to verse 4. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 4. "A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance." Right. So right now is the season and the time for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, who are the real biblical Hebrew Israelites, to be weeping and mourning. You see, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, you should be weeping and mourning at the fact that you're the first one fired, last one's hired, at the fact that you're living in the ghettos and the slums, at the fact that you're being shot down by the police almost every day and ain't nothing happening to these police officers. You see, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, you should be weeping and mourning at the fact that you're eating GMO foods, at the fact that you're drinking fluoride water, at the fact that you're breathing in chemtrails in the air. You see, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, you should be weeping and mourning because of all the wicked, filthy acts that's going on here in America. You see, you got sodomy to an all-time high, man with man, woman with woman. You see, you got adultery going on, another man sleep with another man's wife, vice versa. You see, you got all these abominable foods being pushed to an all-time high, shrimp, pork, crab, lobster. You see, you got people defiling their temple by smoking weed, cigarettes, black and mild, and so forth, on to an all-time high. You see, so you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans should be weeping and mourning because of all the wicked, filthy acts that's going on here in America. You see, because everything that goes on here in America goes against the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. So again, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, you should be weeping and mourning. You see, because the time of laughing and dancing, that's going to come in the kingdom. You see, that's when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans are actually going to be able to relax. Rest. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the brotherhood. Enjoy your family, your wives, and your kids, and so forth on. But until that day comes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, you should be weeping and mourning because of all the wicked, filthy acts that's going on here in America. I'm going to grab my next precept. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 2. And it reads, "It is better to go to the house of mourning," saying the same thing over and over, showing you that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans should be in a state of mourning right now. You see? Because again, you eating GMO foods, drinking fluoride water, breathing them chemtrails in the air. You see? Because you being shot down by the police almost every day. Because you the first one fired, last one's hired. Because you living in the ghettos and the slums. You see, because you got to see sodomy go on here in this wicked place. You see, because you got to see adultery being pushed to an all-time high in this wicked place. You see, because you got to see all these abominable foods, such as shrimp, pork, crab, lobster, being pushed in this place, which is wicked. You see, and so forth on. You see, so you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, you should be in a state of mourning right now. I'm going to read that from the top again. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. And what's the house of feasting? Being in that party spirit. You see? Living life to the fullest by transgression, the law, statute, commandments of the Bible. You see? Living your best life. Trying to have as much fun as you can. You see? So the scripture said it's better to go to the house of mourning rather than going to the own house of feasting. It reads on. For that is the end of all men. Right. For that is the end of all men. You see, because you trying to live your best life. You living life to the fullest by transgression of laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. You see, you trying to have as much fun as you can. That's the end of all men. You see, that's when something bad happens. That's when somebody gets put to death. All because you're trying to live your best life. All because you're trying to have as much fun as you can. You see? So you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, you should be in a state of mourning right now. Not feasting. It reads on. And the living will lay it to his heart. Right, and the living, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, they're going to lay it to their heart. Coming from the Hebrew word law, which means your mind. You see, they're going to know not to be in that party spirit, but to rather be in the state of mourning. Because of all the wicked, filthy acts that's going on in America. You see? I'm going to jump down to verse 4. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 4. The heart of the wise, once again, coming from that Hebrew word laws, means your mind. The mind of the wise, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, it reads on, is in the house of mourning. Right, so the elect of the nation of Israel, Lord will be some men, starting with our apostles and others of great mills, to the men on down, you see. But we're in the house of mourning. You see, we're in that state of mourning. Again, because of all the wicked, filthy acts that's going on here in America. Because everything that goes on in America, again, goes against the laws, statutes, commandments of the Bible. It reads on, but the mind of fools, and when you look at the word fool, it means blockhead, meatball, imbecile, jackass, dunce, and so forth on, which is 2/3 of the nation of Israel. You see? So I'm gonna read that again. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. Right, so 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans, who are the real biblical Hebrew Israelites, you see, y'all are fools, because you're in the house of mirth. You see, you thinking everything is funny. Always joking about something. Always laughing about something. Just mirthing it up. You see? What's there to be mirthing about? What's there to be laughing about? What's there to be joking about? You see, you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans are catching nothing but straight hell over here in America. You see, and Esau is doing a damn good job, excuse my French, Israel, of making sure that you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans stay oppressed. You see, so knowing that you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans are being oppressed, you should be in a state of mourning right now. So I'm going to jump down to verse 7. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. Right. So a wise man that's mad, who knows he's being oppressed, who knows he's catching all types of hell over here in America, he's not going to be in the house of feasting, being in that party spirit, trying to live his best life. You see, trying to have as much fun as he can. You see, a wise man that's mad, who knows he's being oppressed, you know, who's catching all types of hell, is not going to be in the spirit of mirth, thinking everything is funny, you know, laughing all the time, thinking everything is a game. You see, a wise man that's mad, who knows he's being oppressed because he's catching all types of hell, is going to be in the house of mourning, because he's seeing all the wickedness is going on, because he knows he's catching straight hell. You see, showing you that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Americans, who are the real biblical Hebrew Israelites, should be in a state of mourning right now. Not partying, not feasting, not mirthing. but mourning. Finish this out. This is Ecclesiastes from the top again, chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Right, coming from that Hebrew word allows means your mind. You see, because Esau, the so-called white man, he would give you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans a gift, a present, a bribe. You see, and as soon as you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans receive that gift, that present, that bribe, you let it go to your head. Now, you don't think there's nothing going on wrong in the world now. You see, you thinking everything is all sweet. You thinking everything is all good. You thinking because Esau, the so-called white man, that hooked you up with a job or gave you a little bit of money or whatever the case may be, you thinking y'all then became best friends. You see? You didn't let that gift, you didn't let that gift, that present, go to your mind. You see, so back to the point, you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans should be mourning right now. Get me one more preset and I'm gonna close out. St. Matthew. So like Israel, bear with me. Alright. This is St. Matthew's chapter 5, verse 4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they should be comforted. And this is written in red. This is who the word ignorantly calls Jesus. So like this is who the word ignorantly calls Jesus, whose real name is Yahweh in Hebrew, who's so-called black man. And I'm going to read that from the top again. This is St. Matthew chapter 5, verse 4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they should be comforted. Right, so blessed are those men that's around the four corners of the earth, mourning for righteousness' sake, in truth and sincerity, because of all the wicked, filthy acts that's going on here in America. You see, so blessed are those men right now that's mourning for righteousness' sake. You see, because those same men that's mourning for righteousness' sake right about now, in truth and sincerity, soon come, they're going to be comforted. You see, and we're already being comforted with these words. You see, because the scriptures tell you, just roughly paraphrasing it, I think it's in Psalms 119 or something, that this word is my comfort and my affliction. You see, so we're already being comforted with these words, but soon come, we're really going to be comforted when we get into the kingdom. You see, when we back on top again, when we ruling. But again, until that day comes, to where we're in the kingdom and we're being confident, until that day comes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans should be in a state of mourning right now. Again, not partying, not feasting, but mourning. You see, you got a government shutdown that's going on right about now. You see, to where Donald Trump, Esau, so-called white man, then took away the food stamps from you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans to where you can't feed yourself or your kids. And you still got you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans out here partying and murphing it up like ain't nothing going on. You see, you so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans should be in a state of mourning right now. So with that, I hope you've been edified. It's been another GMS on the go. I'm Brother Nakam. I'm with the Raleigh, North Carolina camp. Before I go any further, I'd like to give all honor, all glory, and all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakar, Kodash. Next up, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teach us this truth according to the Bible, and a double shalom to all the sincere Akim throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and righteousness and sincerity to the best of your ability. So with that, till next time, shalom.